Alright, so it's a short story. Chapter 39, Treehouse Isekai. Oh, my fucking nose. Alright, let's get into it. Here we go. That night, my endurance was fully tested. Somehow, I passed that test. I don't know why I was able to perform for so many women at one time, but I wasn't about to complain about this trait. When I announced it after breakfast, needing to visit a feed store, Georgius... It's supposed to be Gorgius? I don't remember if it's Georgius or Gorgius. Gorgius insisted that she come with me. I was about to refuse once more, only to realize exactly what day it was, and why my trees had been so cheap. Of all the days, this is the one I can allow you to come. Happy Halloween, everyone. If the truck were larger, I could take everyone, providing they could prevent their ears and tail from twitching. As it is, I think only Maud and Karena could potentially join. They're all essentially human, aside from differences in size and skin tone, with Karena her ears, all of which can be explained by costumes for the holiday. Seeing as Karena was able to come yesterday, I think Maud should be able to be the one to come today. Hot damn, I'm in, stated Maud. Verona had taken all 3 saplings when she had returned to get the proverbial ball rolling on her end to secure a portal hub from my side. Though I had insisted that all 3 sides needed equal protection. We couldn't allow any further leaders to take control of the portal themselves, but always maintained that the hub is neutral territory. Fences had been unloaded, and the one on the Earth was nearly finished. I assumed that by the time we returned with the feed and the Earth fence would be completed and the next fence would be started. Gorgius happily scampered into the center of the truck bench, and Maud took shotgun. I went to buckle them in, but I didn't needed to worry because they were both fully familiar with technology requiring seatbelts. A tad on the primitive side, but still easy to understand, said Gorgius, somewhat condescendingly. Trip into town went smoothly, and due to less traffic, it only took about half the time as yesterday. As we pulled into the feed store, I noticed that they, too, had some tree saplings for sale. I want all those trees, 10 bales of hay, and all the deer pellets you still have available. I stated to the store clerk. He smiled broadly. Certainly, sir. Just a moment while we total everything up. You girls look amazing in your costumes. I'd swear you were a real goblin and a grizzled dwarf woman. Well done on the makeup. What did he mean by grizzled? Asked Maud, somewhat irritated. I chuckled. Don't pay it any mind. It's just the fact that you don't look like a child with some costume on. You show your adulthood. You could tell him you're in your 30s and he'll be quite shocked. Only we'd then have to say you're an actual dwarf. As in someone with dwarfism. Might be okay, except your arms and legs are proportionate. And that isn't very common with humans afflicted by dwarfism. Best let him think you're amazing by using makeup instead. Gorgius spotted a fancy-looking bird fountain. What's this for? I chuckled. It's for birds to drink from, and to look good doing it. You want it? She shook her head. No, there aren't any birds in the forest, at least on our side. I raised my finger to my lips. I then heard a peeping that was unmistakable. We should fix that. Walking over to some stainless steel water troughs that had been used to house chicks, I collected about 30 Brahma chicks, making sure to only get a single rooster. I grabbed a decently sized rolling chicken coop and all the necessities to keep the chickens alive and fed while they were growing. When the clerk returned, he added to the new acquisitions to the total, and I paid a rather large bill. Glad I had decent savings. Next trip to town, I'll need to bring some gold to sell. I mentioned the need for gold to tell when we were outside loading our purchases and strapping them down with ratchet straps. I'm like, I mentioned the need for gold to tell. Sell. Oh. Okay. No worries. Is gold still valuable here? Maud seems surprised. Yeah, currently it's at $3,700 an ounce or thereabouts. George is confused. Why so expensive? We didn't spend that much for what we bought here. Can't you just grab an asteroid if you need gold? Wrong tech level. We can reach space, not to the point where we can just grab an asteroid for minerals yet. Give us a few centuries and I bet we'll be there. Oh, that's concerning. You're on the head of the pin, huh? Maud was clearly concerned. I nodded. Yup, one wrong step and boom, we're capable of making ourselves extinct. Gorgeous gasped. You've got nukes? So thankful we were in the truck that the door was firmly closed at this point. It's a nation, yes. In the world, yes. Me, no way. Even if I could have them, I wouldn't. The way you said that just now, if the government heard it, it might have caused them to investigate me. It would be a waste of their time, but they might do it. I want to get some food to take home. We did pizza and chicken, so maybe some sushi and Chinese food. I know a great place that this feels like super abrupt. It's like maybe saying something about changing the, let's change the subject, right? I desperately wanted to change the subject, so I started talking about food. I just feel like go straight into government investigating me. Let's get some. I want to get some food when we get home. Just seems a little abrupt. Dark Car, what's up? How's it going? How are you today, Dark Car? What are you up to? I know a great place that does both for takeout. Won't be cheap that way. They charge by the pound when getting food to go. Are you a writer, though, Dark Car? Are you a creative, intelligent, mindful person who loves brainstorming and creativity and sharing ideas, telling stories, and using your mind and the power of thought with words to make stories? Dark Car is surely a dark horse on crack. Nice, Sean. Love it. We headed swiftly back home. With the food purchased, we headed swiftly back home. Entering into the clearing, I noted that the fence was completed, but more than that, there were cables running to devices I didn't recognize. I noted a few elf-like women running all over the place, and more dwarf-like women tinkering with devices. I noted something similar to the dwarf-like people, but skinnier. She seemingly was acting as a foreman. Talking to her was a woman with bat-like wings and a reptilian tail that had spikes on the end of it. She also had horns, as if 2 unicorns had donated them for her. Straight spiraling on either side of her face. I don't get the straight spiraling. What does it mean by straight spiraling? Not 100% on that, Sean. Matriarch pulled out the big blasters. Don't see those two out in the wild like this. Should offer for them to become your wives too. They don't have time to time to try and convince a different man to breed them. Can't afford to lose that level of brain power just because we're too busy to date, you know. Straight horns, but they're spiraling. Like a twisted piece of plastic. Like a spiral? Oh, okay. Okay. Georgius was very excited at the prospect. Wouldn't surprise me to find out the matriarch sent them specifically for that reason either. Maud nodded. She's probably right. If you're willing, then I'd say you make the offer. Pulled through and onto the side with the sick forests. There we unloaded the saplings in the chicken coop. Lisa cooed over the chicks and was all too eager to help with their care. I took a fresh bale of hay to replace the one on the herd, which had grown larger in my absence, had already devoured. Took care of a fresh bale of hay to replace the one the herd, which had already grown larger in my absence, had already devoured. I grabbed the partial bucket of deer pellets while I was at it, and simply upturned the whole thing, dumping its contents everywhere. Maybe I'll change how I say that. The two horns on either side of her face spiraled straight out from her skull. Yeah, something like that. Like, I think I get the idea, it just sounds awkward, right? Straight spiral. Well, if it's spiral, how can it be straight, right? It's just like pointed forward or forward facing and not using straight. I think using straight and spiraled together just kind of makes a clash. Like they were spiraled outwards. I don't know. Again, don't take my advice on that shit. I'm just bad at it. I grabbed the partial... Oh, we already said that. Dumping its contents everywhere. The animal that had apparently been first came right up and started eating, not caring one bit that I was still there. Help yourselves. Get your strength back, fellas. His tail flicked and an ear twitched. MS3 Zizu! Yo, yo! What's up? Welcome, welcome. How are you? Thank you, thank you. Love you too. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy Columbus Day. The others slowly came back in so they could partake of the food. The next thing I knew, a samurai off-road vehicle came through the portal with a woman's face that I knew all too well. My face turned white as I stared in mild horror at Mary's face. She was equally horrified by the sights of the people around us. James? What the hell is going on here? I chuckled mirthlessly as my wives surrounded me. I lost contact with you over a month ago, and now I get off my ass to come and check on my stupid brother. I don't even know what I found. Nice. Ads. Perfect timing, right? Bad ads. Get out of here. Get out of here, ads. No one likes you. Give you the good old fucking... Got here. Got here. Bastards. Smack a bitch around. Yay! Welcome back! Okay, so I don't know where we cut off, so this is the next thing I knew. A samurai off-road vehicle came through the portal with a woman's face that I knew all too well. My face turned white as I stared in mild horror at Mary's face, which was equally horrified by the sights and the people around us. James? What the hell is going on here? I chuckled mirthlessly as my wives surrounded me. I lost contact with you over a month ago, and when I get off my ass to come and check up on my stupid brother, I don't even know what I found. Great introduction to the new chapter. Love it. And it's interesting how it's like, oh, it's Halloween next chapter, Sisterly Triad. Meeting a woman who acts like a man, a man who acts like, or a woman who acts like a woman. You finally get the reference that James is talking about. Finally get to that point of being like, oh, okay, I understand. Now I know why you're like that, because she's like that. Da, 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 da. There's something else I was going to say about, like, their conversation. Like, I hope it's foreshadowing that he's talking about, like, you know, shit, and that's what makes it so the government comes after him. That would be crazy. Seriously surprised when she showed up. I really thought he had no family. It is what it is when the story directs you. You know what's going on. No, you don't. No, you don't. Thought you did, but you don't. Then you're like, oh, perfect. It all makes sense now. It's all coming together. How could we ever forget this? How could we ever stop it? How could there ever be anything else other than this? There's no such thing. Then, going back and reading the part about how Nedwin couldn't run to his sister's during a thunderstorm, and it was right there. Always foreshadowed. That's why I'm hoping now that James is going to be on the watch, and, you know, at some point in time, government's gonna come up and something's gonna happen, and it's gonna be like, well, shit, or they're gonna go to them and it's gonna be like, well, shit, why didn't you come to us? It's like, well, shit, we did. Well, fuck, what now? It's probably going to be the last early day today, and then tomorrow we'll go back to 7 to 8 hour streams. Because, yeah. Holidays are a little wear and tear, you know? But for now, we have... Modern villains are pitiful. Maybe they'll attach shields to his truck and marry Samurai to be safe. James hasn't thought about that yet, but maybe Verona has. Never know. Ooh, scoozy.